Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the topic of force between two parallel conductors carrying a current. Okay. Now consider two conductors. Consider two conductors P and Q. This is the first conductor and this one is the second conductor. The I1 current is flowing through a conductor P and I2 current is flowing through a conductor Q here. The distance between two conductors is small d. Okay, by applying Maxwell's right hand rule and Fleming's left hand rule. By using Maxwell's right hand rule and the Fleming's left hand rule, here we are finding the force between two parallel conductors. Okay, see how we are finding the force between two parallel conductors. Okay. The conductor means which allow the electricity to pass through them. The conductor P produces a magnetic field around it. Okay. Now here we are having a conductor P. It produces a magnetic field. How it is produces the magnetic field means, see here. Through the conductor P, the current I1 is flowing. Okay. When the current I1 is flowing through a conductor means it produces the magnetic field here. Okay. By applying a Maxwell's right hand rule, we know the Maxwell right hand rule, the thumb is placed in the direction of the current and the curl of the finger shows the magnetic field. Okay, when the current is flowing through a conductor P, we are applying a Maxwell right hand rule. The Maxwell right hand rule shows the thumb is placed in the direction of the current and the curling of all the fingers shows the magnetic field of the conductor here. Okay, when we place a thumb in the direction of the conductor, the curl of the finger shows like this. Means the magnetic field is produced like this. This is the magnetic field produced when the current I1 is flowing through a conductor P here. Okay. This one is through a conductor P. Now we have to find the force between two parallel conductors. Means now we have to take another conductor Q here. Okay, at a distance d. Okay. When the current I1 is flowing through a conductor P, by applying a Maxwell's rule, we find the magnetic field of the conductor here. Okay. It produces a magnetic field up to the conductor Q. When it produces a magnetic field, the conductor Q experiences some amount of force here. Okay. This is the magnetic field B1. Due to a conductor P, the magnetic field is produced. That magnetic field is named as a B1 here. Okay. After the production of the magnetic field, the conductor Q experiences a force. That force is called F1 here. Okay. When the current is flowing through a conductor P, it produces a magnetic field. It produces a magnetic field along the conductor Q here. Okay. When it produces a magnetic field, it is named as a B1 here. Okay. Next, due to a conductor P, the magnetic field produced up to the conductor Q. When the magnetic field is produced to the conductor Q means it experiences. Conductor Q experiences force. That force is called F1. That F1 is due to a current I1 and the conductor P here. Okay. Here the force is produced, but in which direction it is produced means by using a Fleming's left hand rule we have to find here. By using Fleming's left hand rule we have to find the direction of the force. Okay. We know the Fleming's left hand rule. In Fleming's left hand rule, three fingers shows one is the force, second one is the magnetic field, and this one is the current here. Okay. Now conductor Q is having a current I2 here. When the current I2 is flowing in this direction, the magnetic field is also produced. The magnetic field is produced means the direction of the force is inward of the conductor here. Okay. This one is the direction of the force F1 here. Okay. By using a conductor P, we find the magnetic field B1 and force F1 here. Okay. Magnetic field B1, it is the formula of magnetic field B1. Therefore, B1 is equal to, we know the formula, B is equal to, general formula, B is equal to mu naught divided by 4 pi r into 2I. Otherwise, B is equal to mu naught into 2I divided by 4 pi r is the general formula of a magnetic field. Okay. Here we are finding the magnetic field B1 due to a conductor P in the presence of I1 current is flowing here. Okay, means what is the formula of a magnetic field produced due to a conductor P, that is V1 is equal to mu naught into 2 into, here the conductor is, due to a conductor I1 means we have to take the conductor I1 divided by 4 into pi into r. R is the distance between two parallel conductors. Here we are taking a distance between two parallel conductors is d here. It is the formula V1 is equal to mu naught into 2I divided by 4 pi d here. 4 pi d. Okay. Next. Now we find the magnetic field here. After that, we have to find the force F1 due to a conductor P on a conductor Q when the current I2 is flowing here. Okay, that is force F1 is equal to, we know the formula, through any conductor, the magnitude of the force F is equal to B I L sin theta. We know the both general formula of magnetic field and force. Through any conductor, the magnitude of the force is equal to F is equal to B I L sin theta. Okay. We know the force means we know the formula of a force when the magnitude is present here. Means what we have to write? We have to write F1 is equal to force when the force F1 is produced, when the magnetic field B1 is produced, the conductor Q experiences a force F1. Means we have to take magnetic field B as B1, okay, and I is where the force is produced when the current I2 is in the conductor Q, the I2 current is flowing in that the magnetic field, due to a magnetic field B1, that conductor experiences a force F1 in the presence of a current I2. Means when the current I2 is flowing through a conductor Q, the force F1 is experienced. Means we have to take current as I2 here. Okay, L as it is length and sin theta here. Okay, F1 is equal to B1 I2L sin theta. This is the magnetic field when the current I1 is flowing through a conductor P. It produces the magnetic field to the conductor Q here. Okay, by using a general formula, we write that B1 is equal to mu naught into 2I1 divided by 4 pi d here. Consider this one as equation 1. Okay, next. When the magnetic field B1 is produced, it conductor Q experiences a force F1. When it experiences force F1, it experiences force F1 in the presence when the current I2 is flowing through a conductor Q. Means the force, the magnitude of the force F1 is equal B1 due to a magnetic field, current I2 in the presence of a conductor Q, the I2 current is flowing here, L is the length and sin theta is the angle. By using a general formula, we write F is equal to BIL sin theta. Okay. Now see, B1 is the magnitude due to a conductor P, I2 is the current flowing through a conductor Q. Next, now CA, theta. What is theta here? Theta is the angle formed to the conductor Q and the force. Okay, this is perpendicular to the conductor. Means theta value is, when the force F1 is produced, it is perpendicular to the conductor. That theta value is 90 degree. Means therefore theta is equal to 90 degree. When theta is equal to 90 degree means equation F1 is equal to B1 I2 L sin of 90 degree. Sin of 90 degree means F1 is equal to B1 I2 L. We know sin of 90 degree value is equal to 1 here. Okay, F1 is equal to B1 I2 L. Consider this one as equation 2 here. Okay, equation 1 and 2. Now put the value of B1 in a equation 2. Put value, otherwise put equation 2 in 1. Put equation 2 in 1. When you put equation 2 in 1, put equation 1 in 2. Put equation 1 in 2. When you put equation 1 in equation 2, we get F1 is equal to, we have a B1 value mu naught into 2 I1 divided by 4 pi into D into I2 into L here. Okay, that is F1 is equal to 2 mu naught into I1 into I2 into L whole divided by 4 pi D. Consider this one as equation 3. This is B1, magnetic field due to a conductor P. This is F1, and the magnetic field is produced. The another conductor experiences a force. That force is F1 is equal to 2 mu naught I1 into I2L divided by 4 pi dl. Okay. Next, again we consider a conductor Q here. By considering a conductor Q, next we are applying on a conductor Q, the current I2 is flowing. To find the magnetic field due to a conductor Q, we have to apply the Maxwell's right hand rule. After applying the Maxwell's right hand rule, when the current is flowing through a conductor means the magnetic field is produced here. After the magnetic field producing the magnetic field, another conductor experiences a force. That force also we have to find by the Fleming's left hand rule here. Okay. Next, now we are considering a conductor Q. When the conductor P is, when we are taking a conductor P, the current I1 is flowing means the force F1 is produced here. Okay. The force F1 is produced here. Next, we have to take a conductor Q, in which the current I2 is flowing here. Okay. Through a conductor Q, current I2 is flowing, and on other side we are taking conductor P here. in which the current I1 is flowing here. Okay. When we are considering a conductor Q, the current I2 is flowing means it produces a magnetic field. How it produces the magnetic field means in which direction it is produces the magnetic field. It is the inward direction and what is the outward direction. Okay, by applying a Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, same when we apply Fleming's left hand rule means same as we done in the by considering a conductor P. Here also we are considering a thumb in the direction of the current. Curls of the fingers are represents the magnetic field here. Means produces the magnetic field in this direction. Okay. This is the magnetic field produced by a conductor Q when the I2 current is flowing here. That magnetic field is named as a B2 here. Okay. After the production of the magnetic field, after when the conductor Q producing the magnetic field means the conductor P experiences a force. Okay. That force is called F2. The conductor P experiences a force due to a magnetic field B2 to a conductor Q here. Due to a conductor Q, the magnetic field B2 is produced. When the magnetic field B2 is produced means the conductor P experiences a force F2. Experience a force F2 in which direction means we have to find by the Fleming's left hand rule by the force, magnetic field and current here. Okay. When the current is flowing in this direction means you have to take the magnetic field in this direction and the current also in this direction means inward direction. Means we have to take the force is showing by the Fleming's left hand rule. That force is inward direction, that is opposite to that of the conductor P here. It is F2 means we have to write the equation of magnetic field B2 and force F2 is therefore when the conductor Q is using means the magnetic field B2 is equal to we know the general equation B is equal to mu naught into 2I divided by 4 pi, that is mu naught divided by 4 pi. In the presence of R, we are taking a D. D is the distance between two parallel conductors with mu naught into 2 into I is the conductor. Now, the first conductor means in which conductor we are considering? We are considering Q conductor. Due to a Q conductor only the magnetic field produced here, V2. When the current I2 is flowing, means we have to take the current I2 here. 2 into I2, mu naught into 2 into I2 divided by 4 pi. Consider this one as equation 4. It is the magnetic of the magnetic field B2 is equal to mu naught into 2I2 divided by 4 pi t. When the magnetic field is produced around the conductor Q means the another conductor nearby the conductor Q, that is P here, that another conductor experiences a force, that force is F2 here. F2 is equal to, we know the general formula, through any conductor, the magnitude of the force is BIL sin theta, that is F2 is equal to BIL sin theta here. Okay, this is the general formula. Here we are finding the magnetic force, that is F2. F2 is equal to, okay, on the magnetic field B2 is produced here, okay, means we have to take that is B2. On which conductor the B2 magnetic field produced here? The conductor P, means in the conductor P the current I1 is flowing, means we have to take current I1 B2 into I1 into L into sin theta here. Okay, B2 I1 L sin theta. Okay, here what is theta value? Here also theta value is 90 degree. How it is means the force is perpendicular to the magnetic field, means it is producing a 90 degree. Perpendicular to the magnetic field means the theta value is 90 degree here. Means theta is 90. That is B2 I1 into L into 1. How it is means sin 90 is equal to 1. Okay. Now consider this one as equation 5. Now put the value. Now put equation 4 in 5. Now put equation 4 in 5. When you put equation 4 in 5, we get, see here, when you put equation 4 in 5, we get F2 is equal to B2 value is mu naught into 2 into I2 divided by 4 pi d into I1 into L here. Means force F2 is equal to mu naught 2 into mu naught divided by 4 pi d I1 into I2 into L here. Consider this one as equation 6. Now equation 3 and 6 are the forces. By consider forces of a conductor P and conductor Q when they are placed at a distance of d here. Okay, take down. Now see here. When the conductor P is using, means the force on a conductor Q, means the conductor Q experiences force F1, that is to the direction of a conductor 1 here. Okay. Next again we consider a Q conductor in which the current I2 is flowing. When the current I2 is flowing means it produces a magnetic field. When it produces a magnetic field means then another conductor experiences force. That force is F1 here, F2 here. Okay. This one is F2 force. That F2 force is opposite. That F2 force is directed towards the conductor Q here. Now we can say that both force F1 and F2 forces are F1 and F2 are opposite in direction. Therefore, both two forces are opposite in direction. Both two forces are opposite in direction. Means when both are opposite in direction means they attract each other. Both are having opposite means attract each other. When the two forces attract means the same current is the current is flowing in the same direction through a conductor. When we are considering a two conductor means the current when the current shows in the same direction, means it is having a, it shows the direction in opposite direction. The two conductors attract each other. Two conductors attract each other when they carry current in the same direction. Means parallel current. In the same way, when we say the two conductors are repel each other, means when the current carried in the different direction. Two conductors are repel each other when they carry current in the opposite direction. Okay. To find the force between two parallel conductors, we are considering it two conductors, that is P and Q, in which we are taking a I1 current to a conductor P, I2 current is flowing through a conductor Q. Both we are taking in the same direction. That's why the forces are in opposite direction. When the forces are in opposite direction means when both conductors having a current in the same direction. If we consider the current in opposite direction, means if we consider the P conductor having a current in this direction, then Q conductor is having the current opposite to that of a current, means opposite to that of the conductor, means it shows the repulsion, means one force is in this direction, another force is outward direction. Okay, now we are considering it both two currents are in the same direction. That's why the force both to F1 and F2 are attract each other. Okay, this is about the force between two parallel conductors carrying a current. Now take the next we are having a topic of ampere. Okay. What is the definition of ampere? The definition of ampere is the force per unit length between two infinitely long parallel conductors separated by a distance d here. Okay. Means before that only we studied that two by considering it two parallel conductors P and Q, in which magnetic field is produced and the force is experienced by a conductor, like that. In the same way, what is the definition of ampere? Means the force per unit length between two infinitely long parallel conductors separated by a distance d carrying a current I1 and I2 is given by, we got the formula for separately for P conductor, that is F2, and for Q conductor, that is F1. That the general formula, that is F is equal to mu naught divided by 4 pi d into I1 into I2 here. Okay, the definition of ampere says the when two parallel conductors separated by a distance d carrying a current I1 and I2 here. Okay, it is F is equal to mu naught into I1 into I2 divided by 4 pi d here. If I1 current and I2 current is equal to 1 ampere, okay, I1 and I2 is equal to 1 ampere and distance between two parallel conductor is 1 meter. If the distance between two parallel conductor is 1 meter, then the force per unit length is, formula becomes, okay, as the definition says that the force per unit length between two infinitely long parallel conductors separated by a distance d carrying a current I1 and I2. We have the formula F is equal to mu naught divided by 4 pi d I1 into I2 here. Okay, if we consider a current I1 and I2 equal to 1 ampere, if we consider I1 and I2 as 1 ampere and the distance between two parallel conductors, that is 1 meter, the equation becomes, that is mu naught divided by 4 pi. I1 value is 1, I1 value is 1, this one is 1, this one is 1, means when you multiply this is equal to 1, that is F is equal to mu naught divided by 4 pi. We know the value of mu naught divided by 4 pi, that is mu naught divided by 4 pi is equal to 10 to the power of minus 7. Is equal to 10 to the power of minus 7. Okay. Now we have the formula, that is F is equal to 2 into mu naught, two conductors, mu naught into I1 into I2 divided by 4 pi into d. In this formula only we are taking a value of I1 and I2 as 1 ampere and the distance between two parallel conductors is 1 meter. If you take the value of I1 and I2 and d as a 1, the mu naught divided by 4 pi value we know, that is 10 to the power of minus 7, means it becomes F is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7. That is force F is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 Newton per meter. This is by ampere formula we have find the value of F, that is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 Newton per meter. Okay, the definition of ampere stated the force per unit length between two parallel infinitely long parallel conductors are separated by a distance d carrying current I1 and I2, in which I1 and I2 is, if we consider the I1 and I2 value as 1 ampere and the distance between two parallel conductors is 1 meter, means the force value is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 Newton per meter. Okay. Now we know this definition for ampere. For 1 ampere, the definition for 1 ampere is the definition for ampere we know, no? For 1 ampere, the definition is the current which flows through each of two parallel uniform long linear conductor which are placed in a free space at a distance of 1 meter. Means when we are considering a ampere definition, we are taking a formula F is equal to 2 mu naught I1 into I2 divided by 4 pi d. Here we are taking a I1 and I2 value as 1 ampere and the distance between two conductors is 1 ampere. Okay. Now by using this one we can write definition of 1 ampere. Okay. The definition of 1 ampere is the current which flows through each of two parallel uniform long linear conductor. Means here we are considering two long linear conductors P and Q are placed at some distance, which are placed in free space at a distance of d. Okay, which are placed in a free space at a distance of d of 1 meter from each other. Means the distance is 1 meter from each other and which are attract or repel each other by a force. Means when they attract each other, when the current is flowing in the same direction through both P and Q conductor, okay, the forces are attract each other. When they repel, means when the current is flowing in opposite direction through a conductor P and through a conductor Q. When the current is flowing in opposite direction means the forces F1 and F2 are repel each other. Okay, it may be attract or repel, but the current value I1 and I2 is 1 ampere. When it is 1 ampere means the distance between two parallel conductor is a 1 meter. Okay. The definition says that the current which flows through each of two parallel uniform long linear conductor which are placed in a free space at a distance of 1 meter of each other, which may attract or repel each other by a force, is equal to F is equal to mu naught divided by 2 pi I1 into I2 divided by d here. Okay. We have a general formula, that is F is equal to 2 into mu naught I1 into I2 divided by 4 pi d here. Okay. When 2 1 2 2 that is F is equal to mu naught into I1 into I2 divided by 2 into pi into d. When the distance between two parallel conductor is 1 meter, the current is flowing through it. Two long straight parallel conductors which may attract or repel, that is called a 1 ampere. Okay, this one is about an ampere. This is the definition of an ampere and this is the definition of 1 ampere. It is the definition of 1 ampere means you have to write this definition. Only what is the definition of ampere means you have to write the definition of this one. Okay, take it. In today's class, we studied about the force between two parallel conductors carrying a current and the definition of ampere and the definition of 1 ampere here. Okay, in the next class, we are having torque on a rectangular current loop in a uniform magnetic field. This is about today's class. In the next class, we will start with a torque on a rectangular current loop having a uniform magnetic field.